What if a dream became reality? Do we still say it's a dream when we agree? Can I take your hand again?
All right, welcome to Choice Conversations, where we have real conversations with real people who make a real impact. I'm your host. My name is Marcus Sullivan, and on this episode, you are in for a treat. Right here from Houston is one of our own who's made a big impact across a big world, touched so many hearts with an anthem never to be forgotten. On this episode, my brother, Major.
What's happening, man?
Hey, man, made this moment never end. We here.
I see what you did there.
Yeah?
It'll make more sense as we get into this conversation.
Yes, indeed, man. How you been?
I've been great. I've been busy, but productive, because there is a difference between busy and productive.
Yeah.
But and it's been gratifying. A lot of lessons. I'm just in a space right now, just full of like, God, you're a show off.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, everywhere I go, I hear you giving God the glory and everything that you do. Bro, I got all of these cards, and I got so many questions and comments and what people want me to ask you, but I almost want to throw this over my shoulder.
Okay, follow script and then improv, okay?
Man,
I'm just trying to help you stay streamlined.
Let's walk through your journey.
Yeah, let's do it.
Man, humble beginnings.
Yes.
Take us to young Major, the little boy Major.
Little boy Major knew that this would happen because I said it. I said it at the age of 3 that I wanted to be a famous singer and a pastor. That's what I told my mom. I told my mom because I watched as my uncle was moving about in the church, Alvin Moulton, who recently passed, but at Faith Southwest, I watched how he moved and how when people would come into the church, he's able to give them message that shifts everything and makes them feel different. And I just saw that early on, singing early on. I started with Wright's Music Studio with Eric and Stephanie Wright. Those were my first ever music teachers. Once I told my mom music, she put me in lessons. And we then did, I went to performing arts schools. I was a part of a singing group called The Sounds of Creation.
Yeah, man.
We were like, a little popular gospel Jackson 5 almost. We did Apollo as kids, and it's just been an incredible journey. The High School for the Performing and Visual Arts. I knew this was what I wanted to do, man.
Yeah. So you get to this high school for performing arts, and you've always had these dreams of being Major, right?
Yeah.
Tell us about the moments when you was like, okay, I'm gonna make this a career, I'm gonna put this out, and the world gonna hear it, and crickets. It didn't get the impact you wanted.
Well, so I always made impact, but it, like you said, it wasn't the degree of impact that I anticipated. But I always heard God say, there's more. Like, even when it frustrated me.
Yeah.
Like, there was this inner sense of there's more. And when I was just about to graduate college, I realized that the there's more was defined as hope. Hope is what I've always had on the inside of me.
Yeah.
Now they call me the hope dealer.
Yeah, man.
My mama's favorite hope dealer.
Yeah.
But hope has always been a stir in me. There's more. There's more. Like, as you said, humble beginnings. We didn't always have a whole lot, I had a whole lot of siblings, okay. But we didn't always have a whole lot of money. But I always believed there was more.
Yeah.
And opportunities and sponsorship and community would step in and just give more.
Yeah.
Give me access to more. I never hung my hat on a defeat. It was like, okay, next.
Yeah.
We're gonna get the next one.
Yeah.
HSPVA, the High School for the Performing and Visual Arts, taught me the endurance, the output of excellence only. And my mom, that was her philosophy. If you're gonna do anything, you're gonna do it well.
Yeah.
We're not wasting anyone's time.
Yeah.
And so for me, I always believed and understood, because Bible even says it, when you sow well, you reap well.
Facts.
And so, yeah.
Yeah. You started off by saying, man, at 3 years old, you wanted to be a famous singer.
Yeah.
Going into this moment, from 3 years old to high school, paint a picture of what fame looked like then.
The one in community that everyone embraced,
Yeah.
that everyone appreciated. That's good.
Yeah, bro.
Because as I got older, I realized fame ain't necessarily the goal. Success and impact is the goal.
Yeah.
Fame is not, fame is a vicious vortex.
Okay.
Whereas once you get it and once you have it, it embraces you and celebrates you as you win, but it will spit you out the moment you are not as relevant or you miss the mark of the expectation of society. Don't chase fame.
Yeah, bro.
Impact and success.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful that I'm experiencing that. I'm grateful that I've been awakened to that. But yeah, we ain't chasing fame. It's fame is vicious, brother.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I know famous people that have walked a carpet and couldn't pay their light bill.
We're going to get there.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Major inside of Choice Conversations right here on the campus of Texas Southern University at KTSU, man. Just kind of walking through your journey. We're on the fame part, and you can hear the intensity and the stories that's probably going through your head as you're thinking about this ride that you, or this wave that you've been on that God has actually blessed you with. But do me a favor. When people bring up Major, we know that song.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me about the record before that song, or the two records before it was it.
Okay, so in college, so right before college, while at HSPVA, I had them calling me choir boy.
I remember.
My cousin on my dad's side said, we gonna call you choir boy from the 5 Heartbeats.
Yeah, man.
And I was like, okay, cool. I like that. And I also embraced it because I hated my real name as Major. It's weird in hindsight, but in real time, it was the joke that everybody had a joke for the name Major. And I remember my mom saying, Major means greatness. Imagine telling people, well, my name means greatness. And I'm like, yeah, you know, boy, you don't go on with your little Major, you know. And so I hated my name. And for some reason, I thought calling me choir boy was going to be cool.
Better.
And so but I leaned into it, and they were calling me Major Choir Boy Johnson. And I remember your buddy AV. Actually hosted my first ever concert before I left for college under that moniker. But I get to Berkeley College of Music in Boston, and I wrote a song called I Found a Friend. And I was like fashioning myself as like the big band classic, like the Nat King Cole of gospel. It was so classic. I had the Series 55 mic. That's that old Elvis looking mic, and it was just it was beautiful. Because one thing I can do as a result of a traumatic butt whooping, but I know how to present well.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. Aesthetically, I'm a put it out. You know what I mean? You may not like it, but you will say that boy put that on. You know what I'm saying? But I had the song I Found a Friend, and all in Boston, everybody's going crazy. So I'm like, oh, of course, release this and the rest of the world will catch on.
Yes.
And the rest of the world didn't catch on.
More love in Boston than at home?
Well, yes and no. I think because in Boston, we're literally centered around the big music school, and I was one of the big fish at the music school.
Got it.
You know, so yeah, and also in the church community, because gospel was the route that I definitely thought I was supposed to take. You grow up in church, you sing, they say you're supposed to be a gospel singer.
Facts.
Their minds can't see beyond, oh, you can actually be a witness in spaces beyond gospel, but that's another conversation.
Yeah. We'll get to that.
We'll get to
We'll
that.
get to it.
I found a friend, people started embracing it, but people were literally saying, as I was sending it even to labels, you're too big for gospel. And it was so confusing because I'm like, there's Kirk Franklin, BB and Caesar, there's Mary, like, this weird to me. Why would you say that? There's Ty Tribbett.
Yeah.
So that didn't impact as big, but it was like this project that he put out. And then fast forward to getting to LA, and I put out a song called Hit the Road. Yahoo Music premiered it, and I just knew that was it. It was me and Mali Music. And a label that I wanted to sign with said, take it down because we're gonna sign you. They didn't keep their word. Wow. And so I lost the momentum on that. And so then I was just like, okay, what is gonna happen? What's happening? So there's some in between, but when I got to Why I Love You, which the funny was it started singing about a chicken salad sandwich, me wanting a chicken salad sandwich.
No way.
Yeah, into me going to the studio when my producer Harmony Samuel said there's a hit in that song, there's a love song.
I gotta say this.
Yeah.
You have got to paint the picture of when you were penning this song.
Oh yeah.
Were you hungry?
So chicken salad sandwich was that. And I done said it on enough platforms because I don't need to go into depth with that, but it was funny because I wanted a chicken salad sandwich. I really like chicken salad sandwiches.
Yeah.
And we were on set of a low budget production and they only had ham and turkey. I wanted a chicken salad sandwich.
Look at God.
But the video goes viral of that, and my producer says there's a hit in there.
Okay.
He's produced for a lot of people, from Chris Brown, Fantasia, all these people. And he says there's a hit in there. I get to the studio, he says, there's a love song that you need to write. And I'm like, well, I ain't in love. And he says, you know about love. And I said, the only consistent love I know is my mama and God.
Yeah.
Write about that. And I said, I can write about God because I got language for days. But it's not gospel. But I know how to talk about love.
Yeah.
And literally, Why I Love You is a love letter I wrote to God, and love wrote me back. And every single word, you can literally see, how this exchange is happening between creation and the creator.
Talk me through the lyrics.
I found love in you, and I've learned to love me too. We should never have an experience with love that leaves any of the parties involved out of the equation of experiencing its fullness. Love is reciprocity. If I'm the only one giving and I receive nothing in return, that's not really love. If I'm the only one receiving and I give nothing in return, that's not really love. But if we're both pouring, if we're both putting in, nobody's left empty. That right there is love.
Bro, you pen this, you go in the booth, you sing this.
The fastest that song was written so quick, like it was wild.
You've recorded a lot of songs up
Yes.
until this point.
The fastest song I've ever written was my biggest song.
When you walk out of the booth, do you go, this gon'...
Listen, we got chills even when I was like, this is why I love you. Oh, this is why I love you. It was just like, this is like harmony's going crazy in the studio, and I was that James Brown meme of, you know, when James Brown on the meme when he's like, he's sweating and he's dripping and he's like, I finished that song literally it was like 1 or 2 takes. It was the fastest I've ever recorded a song.
Yeah.
Like the writing of it, and it was not so much the fastest I've ever recorded. It was the fastest I've finished writing a song, and I was just like, what is going on?
Yeah, man.
Now I've had experiences of great musical moments,
Right?
But Why I Love You did something different. It just shook something different, and I remember saying, watch, this song gonna be used in weddings. They're gonna use this for proposals. They're gonna use this for baby showers. They're gonna use this in church. I said even in church, because this is the promise that I made to God when I decided to go where I was celebrated. Because oftentimes we try to force ourselves into spaces where we're simply tolerated.
Yep.
Or not even invited at all.
Yeah, man.
But you want to go where you're celebrated and not tolerated. When I decided to move as I was being embraced by mainstream once I moved to LA, I made a promise, a vow to God that if I cross over, I'm going to take the crossover with me. And that was my promise. And so...
Wait. Say that one. Do me a favor. Look right there into that camera.
I made a vow to God when I transitioned out of gospel as a genre into mainstream. I literally said to God, I promise you that if I cross over, I'm taking the crossover with me. That was my promise, because I was a kid that my language, the bulk of my language was informed by my faith.
Yeah, man.
It would be foolish to abandon what is true and natural to me.
Yeah.
And I try to even say that to many people now, that your greatest power is your truest self, because that's who God made.
Facts.
And anything that operates in the fullness of what God made, it's going to conquer. It literally is the frequency of a superpower.
Love it. Choice Conversations Major is here, giving us major gems. This song comes out, and we talked about fame at the beginning of this. This song comes out. You've already said, God, if I cross over. Now you're looking at, and you're opening Instagram, and you're seeing movie stars follow. It
was like that's what. Now, mind you, I had been in the industry long enough where I made friends with a lot of people.
Right.
I know a lot of people.
Yeah.
Am I good? Like, I feel like I got something in my eye.
No, yeah, because I hit mine a little bit earlier. It's the humidity here.
Okay.
That's what that is.
Houston is so disrespectful.
Yeah, man.
It's not.
It gives you tears in interviews. It happens all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we were talking about the swell.
The celebrity. Matter of fact, let me ask you like this: you open social media. You know a lot of people at this moment. You've been in the industry for a minute.
I know a lot of people that are like, that's the talented, the gifted major.
Yes.
It hasn't fully happened for him, but all of a sudden, one song says, "Hello, everybody."
Who followed you and you went, whoa, wait, what?
Who followed?
Go ahead and give me the name drop. One of the people you opened the gram. Who called you?
Hello, Major. This is Stevie Wonder. I hope I'm not bothering you. I just want to say, I love your song. I love it so very much, and I want to talk with you. I want you to be a part of my House Full of Toys concert. But Major, that song is very special. If you have any time, could you call me back?
Yeah.
Now, that was a voicemail.
Yeah.
Because I didn't answer at the time.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't yet received my first check from the song. So I don't answer unknown calls because I didn't know if it was a bill collector.
Student loans now want their money. I got you.
But when I listened to that message, I was like, yo, this isn't happening. But I remember calling it that this would happen. I remember meeting Stevie Wonder for the first time in Houston when I was 18 in the George R. Brown Convention Center in a private room that I don't know how I ended up in.
Yeah.
But he put his hand on my head and he walked in the room and I didn't even know he was in there and he had his hand on my head. So it was just all these full circle things that were happening. But Stevie Wonder saying, I believe this will be the wedding love song for years to come.
Now, you know at the time, he's the king of wedding love songs. And he said this.
The master.
Yes.
Of wedding love songs. And this is what he said that even affirmed me all the more.
Go for it.
He calls me again because now he's a mentor. He's becoming a mentor.
Nice.
He calls me again and he says, Major, I know what you're singing about. I know who you're singing about. I never explained the song to him like that. I know who you're singing about. And he says, continue to write and sing about love because God will always be there because God is love.
Man.
And I'm like, yeah, I learned that in Vacation Bible School. I know that. I know that, Mr. Stevie. Holy Spirit convicted me and said, listen to what is happening right now. Mm. A master of love songs has just given you the key to his formula. Stevie Wonder writes and moves from the God perspective of love. Mm. It then reminded me of the promise that if I'm crossing over, I'm taking the crossover with me. Love, the ultimate expression of love was the sacrifice at the cross. Mm. God is love. Love is God. So, if I build or sing from the perspective of the Creator, what I build or sing has no other choice but to reach the heart of creation.
Talk.
I get it. Mm. That's how I will have perpetual winnings.
Amen.
It's going to always come from the God perspective. It will have love as the source, and it's going to meet what love was intended to greet.
Yeah.
It's a powerful thing, but it literally has shifted everything for me.
So, were you independent at this time?
I'm independent, but signed to an independent entity called Empire.
Okay.
They now have Shabuzi and everybody.
Yeah.
But this was their first venture, really going with an R&B. And that was another thing, because they said I was bringing back classic R&B, and I was like, I am? Wow. Like, that wasn't, like, I didn't know that.
You just thinking about love.
Yeah, just singing about love. And when Why I Love You came out, I remember people that, what's his name? Is it Terrence Blanchard? One of the guys that produced or wrote, like, Here and Now with Luther, like all the big singers, Patti LaBelle, Mama Patti called me on my way to church one day saying—
This is not overwhelming to you at this point?
Yes, it's overwhelming,
okay,
but it's not unbelievable.
Okay.
I literally have always had the audacity to hope.
Okay.
In the midst of everything. Like, I remember watching Richie Rich as a kid and saying, that's me.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the kid. I'm going to have all of this.
Okay.
It's just a matter of time and a matter of when.
Yeah.
But as it's happening, I'm like, this is crazy. I didn't know it would happen this way.
Yeah.
To get a call on my way to church and Patti LaBelle says, Major, she says, that song is helping me with my voice. Like I sing it just to help warm up my voice.
Yeah.
And she's like, baby, I gotta meet you. And fast forward, she's a person I can call right now if I wanted. And, you know, she's cooked for me. She can really cook.
Can she cook?
Like can throw down.
Yeah.
Like we've had Thanksgiving dinner for lunch before she made turkey wings and the whole thing.
Where's Patty from? I don't know.
Philly.
Philly. Okay.
Yeah, it's just, brother, I'm grateful.
Yeah.
I'm grateful. There's so many folks that have embraced this music, you know, but a lot of people are catching up with me being the face behind the music.
Yeah, man.
Because I released a music video for it that promotes the Black woman.
Yeah.
I really wanted to highlight that, but I should have put me a little more in it.
That, yeah.
My producer was like, let it be you, the camera. You're the perspective of the camera. So you'll see your hands in the camera. But what it did was it blew up the song way bigger than me. Yeah. So, I mean, which I'm not mad at, but it makes it a little difficult when you are connecting it and you want it to be more instant.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's coming together. They find out everything changes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Song is high. Song is streaming. It's everywhere. You've gotten cosigns from everybody. Now, strike while the iron's hot. What pressure? When you get back in the booth and I go to write this next one, is it? I'm not getting any bigger than this.
You're really, really good at this, because we didn't have this conversation.
No, we didn't.
And it was a lot of pressure.
Yeah, man.
I think some of it was, well, I'm an excellentist. I don't say a perfectionist, because I don't believe perfection can be reached, but I do believe excellence can always be the output of the intentional.
My man.
But I always want greatness to be what is felt and what is given. Why I Love You is a very hard song to compete with.
Facts.
So much so that if you go to Jamaica now, and you're welcome, and anybody in this room, say I'm your god brother.
Yeah, man.
Say Major, Mr. Why I Love You
I got your number,
is your god brother. There is a magic that comes, a favor that comes with that. Jamaica, they will pull out all the stops. They treat that song on par with Whitney's Why I Will Always Love You, Celine Dion, My Heart Will Go On. And I'm talking about, I'm not exaggerating at all.
Yeah.
That song is my calling card. It's literally my currency. And I'm grateful for it.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for it. But that pressure to try to beat it was something that I believe was somewhat also self-inflicted, because I was just like, I worked too hard to finally get to a place where everybody's saying, we want that.
So we still want that song.
And I remember having a conversation with Harmony, the producer, and we were talking about, okay, we got to think of the next song. And I said, man, it's just so crazy because this industry's just so fake. Like, I can see now how people are only my friend because I have a hit song. And
so now fame looks different.
That's when it started. Yeah, because I started seeing that people are only nice to me now that I have a hit song.
Yes.
And while to a degree, it just is what it is, because it's not my job to be like, well, I'm gonna make you regret only being nice to me. That's not my job. God will deal with that. But at the end of the day, we were talking and I was like, the industry's just so interesting. And he says, well, just be honest. Think from an honest place, just be honest. And he was like, I just want to be honest. And I was like, that sounds like one of R. Kelly's songs.
Yeah.
And he says, I said, but Harmony, I think that's the song, the next song. And I said, I'm going to change it though. I just want to be honest, as opposed to, I just want to be. And so that ends up being my next song. I never believed in getting tattoos.
Okay.
I tattooed hope on my arm
Yes, you
because I had to remind myself, you've got to live the hope you give. You can't be encouraging everybody else and not living all of this encouragement.
I love it.
And so I remember taking my first ever vacation that I could afford that wasn't attached to a gig, Hawaii. I go to Hawaii.
You first class?
Yes,
Okay.
because I can afford it.
You gotta go first class now.
Did you hear Why I Love You?
Yeah,
Have you
so
heard
what
about it?
hey.
Yeah, I was able to afford it. Yeah. So I'm in Hawaii, and I remember being on the water because I needed a cleansing. I needed a mental cleansing. Somehow there's this compounded pressure. Honest was about to release, and I remember praying on the water, and I said, I said, take the wheel. I ain't never said that phrase, Jesus, take the wheel, but I got it. It hit me.
Yeah.
You know that he'll understand it better by and by. Like I started getting it. And I said, take the wheel, Lord. I'm overwhelmed, but I'm so grateful, but I'm overwhelmed. And I just had a release. I come back, Honest had released. I find out that Honest is no. The first day I come back, Why I Love You went gold. I'm an independent artist. Why I Love You went gold. 2 days later, I find out I'm nominated for my first ever Grammy with Honest, not Why I Love You. Not Why I Love You,
yeah.
which I thought was the biggest thing.
Right.
2 days later, a TV show called Star with Queen Latifah says, we would love for you to audition for this show. We feel this character is perfect for you. The character is someone who comes from the church, but also does R&B. Stop playing with me.
It's a layup for you.
The whole week, I was like, oh. It was just like crazy.
Do it to me, God.
And that, I'm just telling you, brother, the release of just show up. Show up well in all you do. The competition is not your responsibility, but the show up is. And he handles the glow up. And it's wild.
Yeah.
Because when God has his hand on it, nobody can touch it.
Major, you said you finding out where people are fake and they're here for you because you got a hit song. You got married.
I did. 2020.
Yeah, man. How'd you pick that?
That's funny, because I remember it was, I was filming Star, so it feels different when you on TV too, like when you got a TV tape. Like that's a different type of celebrity too, because you leave the studios and it's just like, but I was in a very comfortable space with myself, because I've wrestled with imposter syndrome for a minute. As bold as I am, I'm not always as confident. I'm just bold. I have an audacity.
Okay.
So that's another conversation. But I was invited to sing for my best friend's, his brother's wedding. And I go to the rehearsal dinner and I see Nichelle. Nichelle, I went on a date with Nichelle, their cousin, right before I left for college.
Wow.
And I remember I took her to Olive Garden at 18. That's old man stuff, right? I've been an old soul all my life. I took an Olive Garden and had flowers. I was a whole old man. And she literally said, he's nice, but he's too old fashioned. And I remember saying, she'll be back. She'll be back. She said we went on 2 dates, but I remember that one because I remember the disrespect of, he's too old fashioned. But I saw her there, and I remember saying, "Is that Nichelle?" And Nichelle had Nichelle.
Nichelle had Nichelle.
Nichelle had Nichelle.
Okay.
And I said, "Wow." So I said, "Hey, Nichelle, what's going on?" And she turned real fast. And I don't know what came over me, but I've been kind of Carlton all my life, but I fell into my cool after a while. It's something did something with
A little bit swag.
I got it.
Yeah,
Swag with
yeah.
it. But I had this cool, and I said, "Hey, Nichelle, what's going on?" And she's like, "Hi." I said, "Tell me, what's been happening with you?" And she's telling me she's in school, she's getting her doctorate, and I'm like, "Oh, that's excellent. That's excellent." And she says, and I said, "Well, I've been doing such and such, such and such." And she's like, "I know." "Oh, you know?"
Yeah, you know me.
"You've been keeping tabs, Nichelle."
It's me.
"It's me."
I've arrived.
And I said, "Wow, that's really cool." I said, "Well, I'll talk to you a little later." I usually be like, "Can I get your new number?" Next day, I remember she was standing by herself at the reception, and I said, "Let's take a picture." We did a selfie, and she said, "Send it to me." And I said, "All right, put your number in my phone. I'll make sure I get it to you." And I waited on purpose.
Okay.
And people are like, "Nichelle's trying to get the picture." And so I just send it randomly in the middle of the night. And she says, "This is a great picture." I said, "It is nice, isn't it?" I was like, "Okay, we're going to build here." But before I saw Nichelle, I said, "God, please lead me. I think I'm ready for companionship. I'm ready for her. I need her." And I need her without her being infatuated with all the stuff.
Yes.
Because I saw all of that.
Yeah.
There's people that say I had their baby. I gave them their baby. Like this your child because they made a child.
That's
to
a
my
dope
song.
feeling though, Major. That's got to be dope.
It's confusing when your security says, there's a lady who says,
You're the reason.
You're the reason for her child. And I'm like, I don't have any kids. And it's happened multiple times. That's different.
Yeah.
You say that's some scary stuff because it's like, I don't know how we did this, but anyway, Nichelle was the virtuous woman that I was looking for, and I was finally ready for it. And it's been amazing. 2020, we got married. It went viral that Mr. Why I Love You found his Why I Love You.
Went so viral. It went on an anniversary tour of the song. What was your best stop?
H-Town, he's in Texas.
Okay. I just want to make
Stop playing with him.
Yeah.
The rowdiest was Atlanta.
Okay.
But H-Town,
Yeah.
I'll say this. Houston can do a better job at celebrating its own
It's good, bro.
first.
It's good, bro.
We've read in Bible that a prophet is not always welcomed in his own home.
Yeah.
But hometowns need to do a better job at the full embrace sooner than later. Don't wait until people catch on and then you want to claim something. I won't say it was fully that with Houston, but it was some of that where it was like, I kept telling my people, no, go back to Houston. We got to focus on Houston.
Yeah.
Houston. They're like, but Atlanta is your biggest market. But give Houston this because Houston is why I'm who I am.
Yeah.
And I want Houston to know that I'm grateful.
Yeah.
Houston is full of some of the most talented people in the world.
Love it. Love it. I'm grateful that I was able to experience that moment in H-Town, but
Yeah,
at the
you
end of the night.
You're my you killed it, brother.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
At the end of the night,
Yeah.
you had this new record. May this
Let me
moment
get some water.
never end. I want to know,
Can you say it again?
may this moment never end. We've talked about this whole journey, Major, and it's been a wave. It's been a ride. Is that where this come from?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. Did that just hit you? No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because my intention was that, oh, wow. So may this moment never end celebrates the moments that we never want to let go. And the importance of cherishing the goodness of what these moments bring and give. It keeps you in a perpetual state of gratitude. On surface, just like a why I love you, it's easy to connect it right to romance. It's easy to go there. But if you take a moment to sit with it, you'll realize the layers are intentioned to hit many different spaces.
Yeah.
Because yes, I remember the first moment that I heard Why I Love You on the radio.
Ooh. Yeah.
I remember the first moment when Nichelle called me and said, you're coming to Dallas. I'm excited about your concert. And my natural thing was, I'll put you on the list, I got you. And her response was, oh no, I already bought my tickets. So I knew that she was there to support me and not just to live off of me.
Yeah. That's good.
I remember the first moment I sang my first solo at church. I remember the first moment when I graduated college and I was the student body president. I was the student commencement speaker, and Aretha Franklin said, preach, boy, because she was our honorary doctor. I remember these moments.
Man.
I remember the moment my mom cried because she said, I saw it and it's gonna happen. Like, so this is what this song sings. It sings to the hope and love.
Yeah.
Words, you need the lyrics?
Yes. Run the lyrics.
Says, can I take your hand again? Can I have this dance again? Right here with my best friend. May this moment never end. As I take your hand again, fall in love with us again. Right here as two best friends, may this moment never end. The verse is, two hearts, one life, one love, one lifetime that we hope to last forever. A love so true it carries you, takes you through stormy weather. I choose you rain or shine. I cannot wait to make you mine. This is Uncle Stevie's favorite part. Over and over, got the DJ playing Stevie Wonder. The way you look and smile at me feels like the best of summer. I choose you rain or shine. I cannot wait to make you mine. Can I have this dance again? Can I take your hand again right here as my best friend? May this moment never end.
Major.
Brother, they're going to be singing it. I'm telling you, I'm getting the same feeling I had with Why I Love You. They're going to be singing it with first dances, weddings, first dates, proposals. They're going to sing it at graduations. They're going to sing it at the cookout. We got a step, the la la step, because it's got the la 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 la, la 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 la, la la, la 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 la. May this moment never end. You remember in Houston when I let them hear it before the rest of the world heard it? You saw that they went stupid.
Yeah. To put a stamp on this pod that we're doing, when does it come out? How can people get it?
August 21st, Friday. The entire world will get a song that will be the new love anthem for many, many, many years to come. May this moment never end. If you see, this is the cover art. Who is that? Me and Nichelle.
Yeah.
My introvert doctor wife don't usually go for letting her face be all out there because she ain't trying to be seen.
Yeah.
She obliged so effortlessly. That's when I knew I had something.
Yeah.
She says, I'm honored. This song, watch. And I thank KTSU for the love, for the support, and for the championing of what has already been and what's coming soon. This one's gonna last for a lifetime.
Yeah.
Listen, beautiful people, my brother, my folks with KTSU 90.9, I wanna thank you for making time for your brother. My name is Major. I'm a platinum soul singer. My mama's favorite hope dealer. May this moment never end.
And may your moment never end. You want more choice conversations like this? Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel right here or follow us on our social media pages at KTSU 90.9 FM. And right now, may this moment never end, exclusive with Major.